Well, hi everyone. I'm Kian Katan-Fourche. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Workera and the lecturer in the Department of Computer Science at Stanford University, where I'm in charge of teaching the deep learning classes with Andrew Ng. I want to introduce you to Workera, which is a precision upskilling platform that helps enterprises assess and upskill their workforce, specifically in data and AI, but also broader. Let's start with the problem that we're solving today. There are record levels of investments and anxiety to develop AI and data capabilities. Global spending on AI will double over the next 4 years to 110 billion. AI skills shortage is cited by CIOs as the single most significant challenge for their organization. And 79% of CEOs are concerned that the lack of essential workforce skills is a threat to the future growth of the organization. And so the message is clear. Understanding employees' skills is the #1 issue for companies today. And it's surprising when you're thinking about the ocean of content that is available to enterprises to upskill their employees. There are more than 150,000 courses on Udemy only, more than 4,000 programs on Coursera, 50 nano degrees on Udacity, countless courses produced by brick and mortar universities and leading technology organizations like Google, IBM, or Microsoft. So one big question remains: why 80% of employees still lack the skills they need to deliver on digital and technology projects? It's because upskilling is broken. The education problem has now shifted from the availability of content to the navigation of content. And organizations and employees need direction and a way to demonstrate progress and return on investment. And they're asking the following questions. What skills do my employees have today? What skills does my organization need? How effective are my people? How do I upskill or reskill my people? And how do I demonstrate return on investment and increase capabilities? And the companies who can answer them are set for successful transformations. So let's talk about the Workera solution. By leveraging the team's industry expertise from starting Google Brain, building AI organizations at Baidu, building deeplearning.ai, and the academic background from Stanford, we created an assessment evaluating more than 1,000 micro skills that are critical in AI projects. They focus on both highly technical competencies for engineers looking to upskill in AI and scientists and analysts, but also non-technical assessments helping organizations drive company-wide data and AI literacy. After employees take the assessments, they will receive feedback and the organization can analyze strengths and areas for improvement. This leads to individualized learning plans for each employee that is built using the world's leading content. And Workera is not a content provider, but we can help you select or work with your favorite providers to help employees navigate their catalog and complement it with free content from YouTube, Wikipedia, Archive, GitHub, Stack Overflow, and so on. And finally, micro assessments are used to validate learning and measure ROI. And organizations can also access a dashboard allowing them to benchmark their teams against the best in class from a community of 1 million AI practitioners. Our assessment technology, as I said, combines academic rigor with industry expertise, and it's extremely granular. So here is an example. While content providers consider machine learning to be a single skill, we consider it to be a domain. We break it down into 3 subdomains that are needed in AI projects and into topics and individual skills that are measured with items written by a team of assessment and AI experts. Our assessments follow a rigorous assembly process and are computerized adaptive tests. This means that employees beginning their AI journey won't get scared with too many advanced questions, and employees that are already proficient in certain areas won't be bored with easier questions, which also increases engagement. So employees will see their results, their benchmark, the list of skills, as well as the content recommendation on their dashboard directly. They're essentially getting world-class mentorship. For companies, to ensure a seamless experience and relevant recommendation, Workera integrates with your educational stack, including your learning management system, your HRIS, your content providers, and also complements the paid learning with free resources that have been upvoted by the AI community. You may wonder what's the ROI. So here is an illustration. Imagine you're upskilling 2 actuaries working on an underwriting on risk modeling or risk modeling project. You don't have a granular view of their skills. So you send them through a Coursera, say, data analyst professional certificate. It turns out that this content covers only a fraction of the skills that actuary one needs, and also a fraction that the second actuary needs. And it's also a super long course, totaling 129 hours for each actuary, whose time is extremely valuable. So instead, Workera gives you a way to do precision upskilling. It gives you a detailed view of their skills. You know what actuary one has, and they have most of the statistics skills needed to upskill an actuary to have strong machine learning knowledge at the recall cognitive level, for example, and they should both focus their learning on more advanced competencies, although different. And so we recommend, say, 3 longer Udemy courses on each of data science, math, and ML and algorithm for the first actuary, and a longer Coursera course on math, and 2 sets of free reading on data science for the second actuary. So, you know, you're developing more skills in less time for roughly a 15x better results. To date, Workera has over 6 enterprise customers, and the journey ahead is exciting. We would be honored to have a discussion with your team and see how we can assist you with your workforce upskilling strategy. We normally work with CEOs, with CIOs, with CHROs, with chief learning officers, business unit leaders, and heads of data and AI academies. And we can be reached out at Kian@workera.ai or James@workera.ai. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thanks so much, Kian. And I want to make sure that we're staying on time and schedule here, but I do have a quick question. How is Workera thinking of creating a data and AI literate workforce?
Well, it's actually a very interesting question. What happened 30 years ago with coding, where it started as a very specialized skill in one function, software engineering, and then today you see everyone coding, from the analyst to the mechanical engineer to the electrical engineer to the astrophysicist. The same thing is happening with AI, where in my own class at Stanford, despite being a graduate course in computer science, 2/3 of the students are not from computer science. They're from the med school, they're lawyers, they're business people, and they need these basics of AI and data in order to create new business models, understand use cases for AI, recruit people that are data scientists and machine learning engineers, and work with them. So we call that AI plus X, and it's a motion that is an entire part of our platform, helping everyone across functions gain the basic data and AI literacy they need for the future.